Hello, friends. I am so excited you're here today because in this vlog, I will be reading dinosaur books and attempting to watch dinosaur movies. I only ended up watching one dinosaur movie. Anyways, I'm future Katrina here because I realized I didn't do an introduction to this dinosaur reading vlog. If you're wondering why I'm reading dinosaur books, I'm going to direct you to my friend Andrew's YouTube channel. It came from the page. It will be linked down below. He is reading dinosaur books for March, and he probably has, I don't know, way more knowledge than me about this genre, because I gotta be honest, I only read Jurassic Park, and I've only seen like Jurassic Park movies. I've watched like a couple B-movie dinosaur stuff before. Tremors does not count, I guess. But yeah, in this vlog I end up reading 6 dinosaur books, and they're from a wide range. So I read some Michael Crichton, I read some a Paperbacks from Hell style book, Carnosaur. I read some middle grade and some sci-fi that's on KU, and also something else that's on KU. So yeah, that is pretty much it. I only ended up watching one movie in this vlog from Tubi, but yeah, we will cut to past Katrina reading dinosaur books. Yay! Okay, so it is March 1st, and I'm reading dinosaur books, so yay! Sorry for the lighting, it's probably all weird right now. I'm about to walk into work, and of course, it's during the week, so it's super loud at my apartment. But anyways, I did finish a book already. I finished Raptor Read by Robert T. Baker, of this really cool edition. Ooh. I ended up listening to this on Scribd, and I'm also buddy reading it with Katie, and I probably read it really fast, but the audiobook was hilarious because it had all of these like effects and sound effects. Like it had all these nature effects, like when there's water, you can hear water. Very immersive and cute. It was kind of cute and fun. So we follow Raptor Red, a female raptor in what is now Utah. I don't know how she knew it was Utah, but it's so funny because she's just really, really cute. She called herself Raptor Red because she knows she's a raptor and she's red, and she's a sister. She hangs out with her sister and like protects and goes hunting with her, but she's also, you know, at that time in her life when she's looking for a mate, and her first mate, not to spoil too much, but it's kind of a roller coaster. Her first mate ends up dying in a mudslide, and she's like devastated, and I was like kind of devastated for her. I was like, no, Raptor Red, that is your boy. Oh no. But yeah, not to spoil anything, this does have a very happy ending, but it was so cute. And I could see how people would like this, especially if you're a kid. It's just adorable, and it was very fun. And it read very, very quickly. I think this was published in 1994, so like around the same time as Jurassic Park, I believe, or 95. So yeah, like at the height of 90s dinosaur, I guess, fan culture, I guess. There is a movie, I believe, called Raptor Red. I think it's on Tubi. I am going to try to watch it. I'm going to try to watch some dinosaur movies as well on Tubi. So I think I'm leaning towards like a 4-star for this, because there was some stuff that was kind of boring with it too, because it is a dinosaur. You're in the mind of a dinosaur, so you know, things can be a bit slow, but overall I was feeling for Raptor Red. Raptor Red is my favorite dinosaur at the moment. I want to be her best friend, but yeah, I had a lot of fun with this, and I'm super excited to read some more dinosaur books. I think the next one I'm going to listen to as well on Scribd is Edgar Rice Burroughs' book, The Land That Time Forgot. This is a novella. I think this is a novella too, yeah. And I'm listening to this, or I'm going to read this one because Andrew just talked about it in his wrap-up. If you guys don't know, I'm reading dinosaur books, like, to copy Andrew from It Came From the Page. I just wanted to show you guys this cool illustrations here of some exciting dinosaur stuff. And this is the names of, I guess, like, how Raptor Red, like, saw them. These might be Latin names too. You know, Raptor Red, she knew Latin. And each chapter, I know I listened to this, but I did try to follow along at the beginning. They have like little illustrations too. So very fun, very cute. I think I'm leaning towards 4 stars, and I'm super excited to be reading another dinosaur book. I'm also going to be editing, hopefully at work if I'm not too busy, because I'm here forever today. They were like, can you come in 5 hours early? And I was like, sure, I guess so. So I'm here for 10 hours today, so I have to edit the announcement video for Old School April, and hopefully get that all done at work and then read another dinosaur book, but I will check in later. Okay, so it is the next day. I am checking in now because it is about to get dark and my ring light is currently broken. I do have like a really nice book light that I could use possibly, but just in case, I'll do this check-in now, even though I haven't finished another dinosaur book. Last night at work, well, I edited my video, which was cool, but I did work with one of my work buddies, and you guys know how that is. You like just talk a bunch and you don't read books, so that's what happened. But anyways, I did start 3 books, and I'm having a tough time. I'm struggling a bit here. So I started The Land That Time Forgot by Edgar Rice Burroughs. Actually, Andrew did talk about this on his recent reads, like a wrap-up video, and I believe he enjoyed it, but there is some like not so great language in it because it was written in like the 50s, I believe. I'm just really bored with it, so I stopped listening to it, and then I started listening to The Lost World by Sir Arthur Conan, and this is 270 pages is what I saw on Goodreads, but the audio I have on Libby is like an hour long, and I already finished it, and I'm like, I don't know if that was the whole book, but it was very entertaining, what I did listen to, so I don't know if I'm gonna count that. I don't know what to count it. It was full cast. It had like a bunch of effects and stuff, so it was like a really fun listen, but I don't think it's the whole book. I don't think it's the whole story, so I don't know. It felt like a good stopping place. It was cool. It had pterodactyls in it. I don't know. It was like a 50s adventure book, it felt like, but I know this one was written in like 1910. Actually, I think both of these books take place like around World War One. So I don't know. I'm struggling. I'm very much struggling with these audiobooks. I don't know what to count that, but anyways, I might not count it. I'll count it for the sake of this vlog. Hey, I read another dinosaur book. How about that? But in the grand scheme of my reading for the year, I will not count it. Anyways, and then I started The Reaper by Stephen Metcalf. This is like a sci-fi horror dinosaur book on Kindle Unlimited, and this is about a group of people going to an island, and there's like experiments being done. It's an army going to an island where there's experiments being done, and then an experiment goes terribly wrong with a T-Rex. So far I'm really liking this, but I haven't had a ton of time to read today, unfortunately. What have I even done today? I had off, but I did have an interview. And then I had some errands to run, and I just got back from the library, and you know how that goes. I got a bunch of books I don't need. I borrowed a bunch. Anyways, what I have next, oh, and I watched Raptor from 2001. It is on Tubi. It is terrible. It is so bad. It is good though. Like, the actual raptor is a man in a suit, and then like at the beginning of it, the first kills is like a little baby raptor, and it looks like a little stuffed animal. It's just like devouring people. It is so funny. I was cracking up. The acting is awful in it. The story made no sense, and yeah, it's just a great 2001 horrible movie, I guess. So if you're looking for something really bad to watch, I highly suggest Raptor from 2001. It was so bad. It was good. There's like a really funny part too where the raptor, like, you think they're gonna be killed, and he like just takes his foot and like goes like into like this dude's crotch. Like, it's so great. It's so horrible. But yeah, it was actually quite fun to watch. I watched that this morning while I was working on the old school April video thing. So, announcement video. Anyways, so I will finish The Reaper, and then I might start another dinosaur book. I have 3 more books planned for this vlog, so we shall see how it goes. Rawr. Okay, so it is the next day. It is around 4 o'clock. It is very rainy and cold out today, but I did fix my ring light, or Alex fixed my ring light for me. So I'm able to be in light. It's nice. But anyways, I don't know. What is that? I'm feeling a little goofy right now. It is like the afternoon, and I did work this morning from like 8 a.m. to noon. Came home, did my premiere, watched everybody's premiere video, and then I just posted to Instagram. But I have been reading. I finished Project Reaper by Steve Metcalf, and I actually really enjoyed this one. I don't know if I will continue with this series though, because it was a bit sci-fi for me, which you're gonna get with dinosaur books. It's science fiction, but it felt a little sci-fi heavy for me at moments, but I really like the setup. So I don't know if I really talked about the setup. It's I said they go to an island, but I didn't even talk about they travel back in time. So they're like 50 million years in the past when dinosaurs were around, and they are they're on an island trying to kill a Goliath dinosaur that was basically made, bioengineered by a company. You know, evil corporations be doing whack stuff in sci-fi especially, and horror. So that's what was going on, and they go back to kill these Goliath dinosaurs because it's gonna mess up like the future, like The Simpsons, right? I remember what my dad told me on my wedding day, you know? you ever go back in time, do not touch anything. But anyway, so they go back to have to kill these Goliaths, but there's these Reapers, and they're kind of like big raptors, and they're like really smart, like raptors are. And yeah, it was very entertaining. There is a really gory whole segment in it that I really liked, but again, the sci-fi stuff kind of dragged for me, and like I guess it's kind of like political stuff with the corporations going on. I was just like not invested. So, but I'm thinking of 3 stars. This is on KU, and I believe it's part of the beginning of a series. So if you're interested in it, definitely check it out. It was a fun 150 pages read, fun and easy. And then my loan came in from Libby for the audio of The Lost World by Michael Crichton. This is the sequel to Jurassic Park. And I was like, perfect timing. So this morning I did listen to a big chunk of this. I think I made it to the like 50% mark. I think I'm correct in this. And I'm having so much fun with this. I've never read the sequel to Jurassic Park. But in this one, if you're unfamiliar with the movies and stuff, it follows Malcolm. So he's a fun character here. Jeff Goldblum does a good Malcolm, I feel like. So I always picture Jeff Goldblum as Malcolm now. And we primarily follow him and a couple other characters. But something in this book I don't think is in the movie is like the whole reasoning behind the genetic stuff. Maybe it is, maybe I just don't remember it being in the Lost World movie, but it's for animal testing, and they're like, yeah, let's bioengineer dinosaurs for animal testing because we're not going to be able to do that in a while. And I'm like, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Okay, it just seemed ridiculous. I'm very much against animal testing and animal cruelty, but I don't see the point of going about it that way of like, let's do this super hard thing that is really difficult to control and like play God just so we can like test stuff on it. Like, what? No, come on. Also, Michael Crichton, I feel like you could come up with a better excuse. So I guess that might be a spoiler in this. That's like the main objective of the bad guys, I guess, in it. But yeah, I just got to a part with the T-Rex, so I'm super excited to jump back into listening to this. The audiobook is very old that I'm listening to. It is like change disc 3 or changed to like a robot voice cuts in every once in a while. So it has to be over like 15 or 20 years old because it does that. But I will say the acting in it is pretty good. But it is pretty standard as well. So I'm very much enjoying The Lost World. Okay, so a very quick car check-in. I am due at work in like 3 minutes, but I wanted to check in really quickly because I did finish Lost World by Michael Crichton this morning. I finished listening to it, and I did really like this, but I feel like it was way too long. There is like these great action sequences in it that are actually in the movie. I feel like the majority of them are in the movie. Like great tension building, great character development, all that fun stuff. But then there's like a random, like really long tangent about evolution or something. And I'm like, well, I thought we were like running from a T-Rex. Like, what is going on? Anyways, I still really enjoyed it. I think if you like the movies, you'll like the book. Because there is like that one, I guess it's not a famous scene, but it's the epic scene with the trailer like being pushed off the cliff by the T-Rexes. That was really fun to listen to in book form. I thought it was like almost to like at the T of the scene with Julianne Moore and Jeff Goldblum in the movie. I was like, yes, I love it. So I had a lot of fun with it, and I'm going to give it, I think, 4 stars. And then I also finished Terror on Dinosaur Island. This is a fun middle grade. It was only 92 pages, and it is on KU. And this is about a field trip gone horribly wrong. They don't know they're going to a dinosaur island. They're actually there to like study fungi and like mushrooms. And there's T-Rexes I just spit everywhere. I'm like, dinosaurs, I gotta spit. There are T-Rexes, there's Raptors, there's a bunch of different dinosaurs. This was a very action-y, fast-paced middle grade book, and I really liked it, but it wasn't anything like special, I feel like. I thought the kids were really funny in it. They were just like, it's a dinosaur, we should probably run. And like, it was really funny and fun and great action. The teachers in this are kind of badass, which was cool. Like, and the kids bring it up too. They're like, yeah, because he's a teacher, like they can do anything or something. It's kind of adorable. So I think I'm leaning towards 4-star for this as well, and this is the first book in a series. So I recommend this series if you want to get into dinosaur books, I guess. And if you're a child, no. If you are looking for something for middle grade March, this would be a lot of fun. It's on KU. So sorry if I'm like looking around everywhere. I'm filming on my phone and I don't usually do that, so it's like kind of weird to see myself. Anyways, that was my weird, rambly dino check-in. Hopefully today at work, I'm only working like 7 hours or so. I'm going to read Carnosaur. And then I have one more book left in the dinosphere. Okay, so it is the next day. It is pretty early in the morning, but I did finish 2 other dinosaur books. I finished some R-rated books. I feel like we're in the R-rated area of this dinosaur vlog. I went from middle grade to R, hard R's. So I did read some dino smut. I read the Tyrannosaurus S by Lola Faust, and yeah, it's just smut. So the first story in this is like this woman is online dating and she starts to text, she thinks he's human, of course, but she finds out he's a T-Rex, and you know, she's okay with it. There's a bunch of different stories in this. I think it's 100 or so pages. It did read extremely fast, of course, because each chapter was like a different story. Not really. And one of the stories was actually really funny to me because it's like a scientist studying raptors, but she ends up having sex with the raptors, and I'm like, that is very unprofessional, ma'am. So unprofessional. So very funny. I did read the author's bio. Apparently she went to school for paleontology to be a paleontologist dinosaur person, and I'm like, you came out of school with that and was like, I'm going to write smut, dinosaur smut. So I'm guessing all the dinosaur stuff is very accurate in this, I guess. But yeah, not a lot going on in it other than, yeah, dinosaur smut. So very weird to read, I feel like, especially at work. I read this at work. So I'm thinking maybe like a 2.5 or 2-star. I was kind of bummed out at the end because it's a very big cliffhanger, and I was like, oh, I don't want to read like another book. So in this series, but yeah, an experience. It is on KU. There's a bunch of dino smut on KU, in case you guys were wondering. And then I read Carnosaur by Harry Adam Knight. This also has an introduction by Will Erickson, which was really cool. I read that, and I think there's some good points made in the introduction. Like, this came out 6 years before Jurassic Park, and the premise is very Jurassic Park in this, but also B-movie at the same time. This was published in 1984, and it is about a small town. I guess it's kind of a small town in England, and they think like a tiger is on the loose from this local rich guy's like menagerie or zoo, from his zoo, and he's like, oh yeah, that my tiger's on the loose or whatever, just killing like a bunch of people, and we follow a reporter and this girl he likes, well, we don't really follow her. We mostly just follow him, and him, like, kind of getting to the bottom of it. Rich people suck. That's what you get from this. But it is a Carnosaur that is on the loose. Very, very reminiscent of Jurassic Park. But came out before Jurassic Park. This has a lot of sex scenes in it too. I was like, do I need like a bunch of sex in this? I get it. Okay. So yeah, very B movie, I feel like. Paperback from Hell vibes. There's a lot of gore in this. Gore, sex, violence, ridiculousness. So I had fun with it, as you could probably tell. I had a lot of fun with this one. I think I'm leaning towards like a 4-star because it was very digestible. It was very readable. I kept wanting to read the next chapter. And yeah, is it as good as Jurassic Park? No. This is like B movie Jurassic Park, but it was fun. I had a blast with it. And I'm on the hunt for the movie now. I know Andrew actually referenced the movies in his announcement video for Old School April. So I was like, I have to see the movie. It's not streaming anywhere. What the heck? And it came out the same year as Jurassic Park, I believe, too. So very exciting stuff happening with dinosaur books. So I ended up reading 6 books for this vlog, and I'm going to not count the hour-long thing I listened to, The Lost World by Sir Arthur Conan, because I'm pretty sure that wasn't the whole book. So I'm just not going to count that one. Let me know what your favorite dinosaur book is down below, or dinosaur movie. Mine is still Jurassic Park. I wish I had a chance to watch more movies. I started watching another dinosaur, what I thought was a dinosaur movie, but it had no dinosaurs in it. It was just violence. So it's tough out there for dinosaur movies on TV, I guess. But I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.